Okay, hello, this is Christy at Global Positive News Network, and I have the privilege to introduce to you Betsy Taylor, who is the director for LikenKnowledge.org. Liken is a network for scholarly community collaboration to build economic futures based on local assets, values, and vision. We believe, and I'm reading this right off their website actually, we believe that people understand their own places, environments, and communities in ways that are essential to good public policy and good science. As a link tank, we connect local knowledge with specialized expertise. So Betsy, I love what that says. That says a lot right there. And I'm going to read your mission statement real quick, because this mission statement really just puts it right into place here. Liken's mission statement is to support democratic collaboratories of learning that build local livelihoods and wealth by facilitating exchange of knowledge and resources among communities, government, and specialists in order to understand and act on root causes of economic and cultural well-being. Wow, Betsy, this is a fantastic venture. So I'm just curious, when did this all start?
So our organization technically started in 1990, as so many good things do, with a group of concerned citizens who were facing a situation in their own place that they didn't really understand. So they set about educating themselves.
Okay.
And it was in Berea, Kentucky, and some great folks who were just kind of ordinary folks heard that they were very close to a very dangerous stockpile, a huge stockpile of chemical weapons.
Wow. Whoa.
And that the U.S. military was deciding to destroy them. And so people became concerned, since it was just miles from their homes and their schools. And out of that came a whole process of analyzing safe disposal methods. And so what I love about our organization is it started a long time ago, seemingly only focused on this rather esoteric problem of chemical weapons. But what happened is that people educated themselves and they built up what is typical for all of our projects, which is connection to experts and then also to government officials, both in the immediate area, but then also at state. And then it really became an international framework because of it's a global problem. So out of this came a sort of way of approaching things that kind of is summarized by that word collaboratories. So we start with very concrete, always place-based issues, and then bring together people with specialized expertise, but then the citizens who think more holistically, because in the real world, things impact in a very integrated way. So if, you might need like a neurologist who mostly talks with neurologists, but that person is going to be essential in working with the plans for the school, that thinking about the chemicals. So the part of the secret is that the founder was Craig Williams, who's still with our organization, and his work was so distinguished he went on to win Goldman. Sort of the Nobel Prize for Environmental Activism, the Goldman Award in 2006, I think it was. So that continued, but there came a point about, let's see, this is almost 2020. It was about more like 10 years ago, which a lot of organizations did, where people felt they'd worked so hard fighting things that there was really an effort to switch to proactive building new things. And so I got involved when I retired from teaching. I taught, at that point I was at Virginia Tech and had been at University of Kentucky. And I was involved with a network of scholars who've done a lot of work collaborating with communities, mostly in very underserved rural areas. And so we formed this network. We started to partner with Kentucky Environmental Foundation, which is the name of the organization originally. And then we merged, and we got a new name last year, which is the Liken name, the Livelihoods Knowledge Exchange Network, to focus on building part of it, building livelihoods, but livelihoods in resilient communities. So it's not just like more jobs, which are very important, but the conditions to support good local jobs. So we worked very hard to get an acronym that sounded like Liken, because Liken is a symbiotic organism that combines different kinds of creatures. So we're kind of a mixed up symbiosis of
that is really neat. I love that analogy, and I can visualize that because I think of lichen, because lichen on the rocks and things like that.
Yes.
But also it's kind of like the alder, the poplar, because I'm a horticulturist by school. Went to Cal Poly, got to have a BS in horticulture, but the poplar trees, their roots kind of intertwine with each other's roots, and one poplar over here might pop up over here, because we're all connected. It's like the original web.
Yes.
We have the World Wide Web.
Yes.
And so I like your collaboratory idea of getting the specialists to work with people together to find these solutions to incredibly important issues, like how do you dispose of weapons and things like that. I love that. I think it's fantastic. Wow. Very good. Very good.
I didn't know that about poplars.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You can see that, they form like a mat of roots, and you put like a dye over here, and it'll dye the plant over here.
Wow.
So it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Wow.
But so Betsy, what do you wish to accomplish with this organization?
So Liken is very much a kind of evolving web, as you're describing, and we're always trying to listen very closely to where the gaps are. So it's kind of like a detective looking for the footprints where something is passed by or is missing. So we are one of our projects that is very dynamic is called Rising Voices, and it's a growing network of indigenous knowledge holders, mostly Native American, North American, but also other indigenous communities who have knowledge about the ecology and the climate, and bringing them together with climate scientists.
Wow.
And the beauty of that is this is a collaboration with the National Center for Atmospheric Research, which is one of our oldest and most distinguished climate science centers, based in Boulder, Colorado. And so it started as a conference, an annual conference, and then last year we got a grant from NOAA to turn it into a year-round knowledge exchange network.
Wow.
And what is amazing about that is, as you build that connectivity and that symbiosis, all the partners thrive more. And so, for instance, one of the outcomes of this network, which started 7 years ago, is let me get this right. The National Phenology Network.
Wow.
Phenology.
Okay. Wow.
Phenology is like one of the most important things on the planet today, and many people don't know what the word means.
How do you even spell that? I mean, is that like a PHEN type word?
Exactly.
Phenology. I've never even heard of that. What does it mean? What does it mean?
But you've probably noticed it as a horticulturist.
Yes.
It means the seasonal connection between different kinds of creatures.
Oh, sure.
And so indigenous knowledge holders have this wealth of knowledge about when certain plants come out. So, there's a kind of plant that's comes out at a certain time, and then that's when that plant comes out. They hold certain ceremonies, but they're also aware that that's when the birds come back that feed on that plant. So it's and one of the horrors of climate impact is that the phenology of things is getting disconnected.
Yes, it's getting disrupted for sure.
Yes, and so because the scientific knowledge that's embedded in things like folk tales and ceremonies, where people actually goes back centuries. So you can, when you bring those folks who are holders of that traditional knowledge along with scientists, then they can ask kind of integrated questions.
Wow, I love that.
But the other thing that I think is an incredible gift for people in America is that as in the Rising Voices Network, people talk about actionable science, like getting science to the point where people can take it and do something. And so as that actionable science goes back into some of these communities, then they can, the Native American communities, many of them are at the forefront of combining traditional knowledges and ways with regenerative that are climate resilient. So last year when I went to the Rising Voices conference in Duluth, Minnesota, we went on a field trip, and the Ojibwe are using climate science to keep growing the wild rice, which is sacred. It has spiritual significance, but also learning how to protect the resilience of that ecosystem could be very important in managing the Great Lakes. And so I think we're hoping that some of that knowledge of how to connect the science to climate action plans and economic development, that Indigenous communities are at the forefront of. We can transfer some of that back to Central Appalachia in the coal-impacted communities where we're also working.
That is fantastic. Oh, I just love that. I mean, it's like when you all get together like that, and you're creating a whole new world. You're evolving together, and you're producing a better reality, if you will, with that vision. You know, I think that's kind of the goal that I'm getting from you, that you want to get everything more integrated and more naturalized and that type of thing.
Yes.
Yes.
And part of the secret is that, again, it's a collaboratory model. If you're actually working on something very concrete and in a particular place over periods of time, it's an amazing way to build trust and partnership.
Oh, wow. And it's a soulful feeling too to do that. I mean, you're not just the exterior, but it's about the soul of the person and the planet. You know, because it all goes together. Oh, I love that. I absolutely love it. That's fantastic. Wow. So Betsy, what have you made? What kind of impact have you made in your community in the last 6 months?
So I was thinking about that, and some of our projects are slow. So that was a good question, because it got me thinking, okay, what have we actually, concretely done to impact communities in the last 6 months? The project that comes to my mind is the Stories of Place project. And we've been working in a partnership with a high school in Martin County, Kentucky, which is right on the border with West Virginia. It has many economic challenges, but the project is to work with the school teachers, the high school students in 2 classes who are going out and gathering stories about places in their county, and then using GIS to build some really wonderful digital maps with those stories.
Oh my gosh. So these stories could go back for generations type thing, right? So it's a very much a heritage type of situation.
Yes,
Yeah.
and again, because of, as we were talking about, because of the connectivity between things when they are rooted in places. The director of this project is this wonderfully gifted folklorist of the forest, the folklorist of the Appalachian Forest, Mary Hufford. She directed a center at University of Pennsylvania, and now she's retired from that and come on board. And she's coordinating along with Karen Rignall, who's in the School of Agriculture at University of Kentucky. And so Mary has been working to gather folklore about livelihoods that are land-based. And so the young people have gone to nursing homes to learn from the old people about gathering different kinds of nuts, and stories about, you know, springs are very important, fishing holes, and
it's wealth of knowledge from our elders, with much respect.
And this is a county where a lot of the stories that come out are very negative. So the goal of this project is very similar to your goal with your global positive news network.
Yes.
Because most of what these young people would see in the state of Kentucky major newspapers would be Martin County public water system is collapsing from for days last year. People didn't have water. Their wells have been destroyed by coal mining, and the public water system is dealing with very serious corruption and mismanagement, and so as a legacy of it's a very typical legacy of the coal industry in its decline. So but this story, I mean, this project sends different kinds of stories to. So they've made delegations to the state capitol and met with their elected leaders, and now the next step is to so they have a curriculum now that these wonderful teachers have developed that is now portable and can go to other counties.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Wow, that's some really good stuff you have coming in the next, you know, that you've already done and that you have coming in the future. That's incredible. I absolutely love that. So Betsy, what positive news do you have to share with our viewers today?
So I think I was thinking about this, and there's so many positive things. I think one of the really urgent things that we all could be doing much more with than we are is bridging the rural-urban divide. And part of the polarization, certainly in the U.S., is the sense that there is a divide, and actually when you focus on the concrete issues, there's so much potential for mutual understanding and collaboration.
Absolutely.
And I feel like especially as we try and make if we really think seriously about, say, a Green New Deal, a huge part of the green part of that is connecting regenerative economies in rural areas with urban areas. And unfortunately, some of the efforts to do that are wonderful, like the food to farm to table movement. But there's been something of a class bias there. It's become a kind of elite connoisseurship of just really cool food, rather than really connecting the actual stories in rural areas. and really thinking through
Mm-hmm.
how to make fair and just connectivity.
Yeah.
So many of the places that produce our food now
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
are places with terrible food deserts.
Wow. That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing, just to focus on Appalachia,
Mm-hmm.
which, you know, in some ways the rural urban divide is fed by stereotypes,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of the hillbilly stereotype is one of the drivers of that. And
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I think it's really important for the country to come to grips with their complicity
Mm-hmm.
in what's happened to Central Appalachia,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because the land grab that took place in the late 19th century
Mm-hmm.
really was the kind of source of much of the East Coast wealth.
I see.
So, yeah, and it's before Wall Street, the middle classes of East Coast cities speculated in land in Appalachia.
Very interesting. Wow. And that's where a lot of your work is taking place, in Appalachia, correct?
Yes, and that's where I personally work. Other people in our network are working in other areas, but
Oh, that's fantastic. Wow. Well, Betsy, do you have anything else you want to add to our interview today? Anything you want to, like a one sentence type thing you want to give to the Global Positive News Network audience?
Think positive.
Absolutely.
You know, we really can solve these problems.
Absolutely.
And listen to the concrete stories of success, because they're little incubators of our best future.
Wow, I love that. Well said. I think that's fantastic. Well, Betsy, I want to thank you so much for being here today.
Great.
And I've learned a ton. I hope our audience have learned a ton about what Liken is doing. And I want to urge our audience to go to LikenKnowledge.org and check out they have blog topics. One blog topic that was interesting, which we kind of talked about, was the energy transition and the First West, the complex history of Appalachia's emerging futures. This is key to the future. It's fantastic. I love that. You also have a publication on your website, and there's donation opportunities. There's opportunities to get involved and learn more about how we can help. You know, this growing sector of Appalachia and more, and how we can all collaborate together to make the world a better place.
And we're always looking for collaborators, so people should just get in touch with us.
Fantastic. Great. All right. Well, Betsy, thanks again.
And
I hope you have a great evening. And you know, someday I'd like to come out there and take a look at what you're offering.
That would be wonderful. And I wish you would bring us some of the sunshine I'm seeing outside your window. It's very different here.
We need some rain, though. I hope we don't get one of the droughts again. But Anyway, Betsy, thank you so much. I wish you a very wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll be talking to you again soon.
Wonderful.
All right. Thank you.
Take good care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.